Hello again, children. So, we talked um, yesterday and the day before about family and how families are different, how families affect our social health and well being. Today, after we did a little work on family, a little worksheet, we're going to talk about social health when it deals with our friends and our peers. So, lesson 3.2 your friends and peers. Oh, and I'd love you to write a short poem or story about the qualities you look for in a good friend. But I'm not going to make you do that because I love poetry. I love to, but I'm not going to. So, why we need other people. Imagine that you're having a party with a large guest list. You would probably invite relatives, close friends, and people in your neighborhood. You also might invite classmates, teammates, and others in the community. You would invite these people because you have a relationship with them. Relationships are the connections you have with other people. The relationships you have with family members are some of your most important. You also have relationships with friends, teachers, coaches, and people from clubs you belong to. All these relationships help meet your need to feel loved and wanted, safe and secure. Your relationships give you a sense of belonging and support. So let's ask ourselves these learn about questions. And I'll pause the video a bit right here and ask you these, and we'll answer these as a class, both here in class and my synchronous kids. Why is having friends important? We'll stop and we'll ask that question. What are the qualities of a good friend or friends? We're going to ask those questions. And then how to use refusal skills to resist negative peer pressure. How do we do that? When people are giving us negative peer pressure, our friends and our peers, how do we use refusal skills? How would we act, kids? I'll pause the video and we'll kind of ask those as primer questions. And now I'll come back to the video. Page 61. The values of friends. Forming ties with friends is one of the most important things you do during your teens. A friendship is a special type of relationship between people who enjoy being together. Right now, most of your friends are probably the same age and gender as you. However, some of your friends might be the same age as your parents or grandparents. You form relationships for many reasons. Jenna, for example, likes Sandra because Sandra makes her laugh. Jenna is friendly with Claire because they're in the same karate class. Jenna can have fun with Sandra and still be Claire's friend. Because we're going to look at figure 3.3 and then I'll talk to you about some of this. So as we see, we make different friends for different reasons. Which of these reasons apply to you and your friends? You have similar interests. Teens become friends because they enjoy the same hobbies, sports, and other activities. You have similar values. Teens choose people as friends because they believe their beliefs and standards of behavior is similar. They like each other's personal qualities. Sometimes you choose friends because they have personal qualities that you like, such as a good sense of humor. You go to the same school or live in the same neighborhood. Sometimes you just like being near someone that helps you form a friendship. So think of that. Kiddos, again, we're going to stop for a couple minutes and we're going to ask these questions. Think of like your best friend or best friends, and we're going to ask, why are they your best friends? Do you have similar interests, similar values, similar qualities? Do you live in the same neighborhood? Do you have two of the same, three of the same, all the same? We're going to pause and we'll come back to this in just a minute. Okay, pause over. Page 62. What makes a good friend? Good friends share a number of special qualities. You and your friends expect these qualities in each other. For example, good friends are loyal and faithful. They will not allow others to say untrue or mean things about you. You also expect them to be reliable or dependable. You can count on them to do what they say. We hate when friends do that, don't we? Just like family members. We hate when they break promises, Precious. Yes, we do, Precious. We hate when friends break the promises, Precious. Good friends understand how you feel if you're sad or disappointed. In short, they display empathy or the ability to identify and share another person's feelings. There's three types of empathy when we talk about these. We talk about empathy, sympathy, and apathy. Sympathy is to feel bad for someone or to feel bad or good for them, especially we think of sympathy when someone feels bad because maybe we felt that way ourselves too, or we just feel like we should feel bad with that. Like when maybe someone in their family has passed away or their pet is sick. Empathy is the ability to identify and share with another person's feeling. It's to walk in that person's shoes. Apathy, unfortunately, is to have no feeling of any type. They're caring and always want the best for you. They may even care enough to risk a friendship by trying to stop you from doing something that's harmful to you or others. Some of your friendships are more casual. You may sit with schoolmates in the cafeteria or cheer with them at a football game, but that may be the only time you spend with them. Some of your relationships may be somewhere between casual and close friendships. All of your different friendships are an important part of your life. So again, your hobbies and interests become even more enjoyable when you share them with a friend. What hobbies or interests do you have in common with your friends? Again, I'm going to stop and pause this video and ask you guys all that. Pause. Unpause. Page 63. What is up, my kids? We had a little tear here. What is peer pressure? If you named all the people you know who are your age, you'd end up with a very long list. All of your friends and other people in your age group are known as your peers. They support you and give you confidence as you move from depending on your family to being on your own. Your peers also have expectations of you. They may pressure you to act or think like everyone else in a group. Peer pressure is the influence you feel to get along with the behavior and beliefs of your peer group. Types of peer pressure. Peer pressure can either be positive or negative, subtle or obvious. Subtle means it's real kind of like low, like it's not just out in the open that someone wants you to do something. Obvious is like right away, like, hey, if you're my friend, you're going to smoke a cigarette with me or you're going to ditch Mr. Shornack's health class. Positive peer pressure can be a good influence. It can inspire you to improve yourself or do something worthwhile. Peers can have a positive influence. For example, when they challenge you to perform well as a member of a team, expect you to behave responsibly, inspire you to improve your health and your appearance, encourage you to do your best in school, get you to work with others to improve your school and community, expect you to be fair and caring. You feel negative peer pressure when others want you to do something that is harmful or goes against your beliefs and values. Your peers put negative pressure on you when they urge you to use tobacco, alcohol, or other drugs, dare you to do something dangerous or unsafe, talk you into being unkind to someone who is different from you and your friends, like being a bully, persuade you to do something that goes against your values or something illegal, so it's shoplifting, encourage you to be disrespectful to parents or other adults, urge you to fight or to get involved with conflicts. So, when we don't want people to do that. Page 64. Dealing with negative peer pressure. Standing up to negative peer pressure can be difficult. You worry about what will happen if you don't go along with the group. Will your friends still like you? Will they leave you out in the future? No matter how difficult, it's important that you develop your own identity apart from the crowd. It's part of growing up. Refusal skills, or the method of saying no, help you to resist negative peer pressure. Figure 4 shows how to handle negative peer pressure using the handy STOP formula. Remember that you can always get help from a trusted adult. A parent, older brother, sister, or counselor will listen to your problem and help you decide what is the best thing for you to do. They may suggest some options that you haven't considered. See, refusal skills. You will be more successful at resisting negative peer pressure if you are well prepared. Think of reasons for refusing. Practice what you say and do. As you practice, keep these points in mind. The STOP formula makes it easy to remember. S means say no in a firm voice, not that voice of screaming, but I do not want to smoke cigarettes. I do not want to ditch Mr. Shornack's class with you. T is for tell why not. Smoking cigarettes are going to make me stink or harm my lungs or blacken and brown my teeth. Ditching Mr. Shornack's class could get me suspended, and then I'm just grounded with my parents. Offer other ideas. We shouldn't smoke cigarettes because we're going to play football and that messes up our lungs, then we can't run the way we want. We shouldn't ditch Mr. Shornack's class because then we're going to get referred and he's not going to let us redo this assignment because we ditched. And then P is promptly leave. Just walk away. We're not going to role play because this is what I'm going to give you guys as a assignment to do for homework, is to give me a time that you have used the STOP for peer pressure, the STOP method. Have you used it, or how could you use it? 65. Ways to resist negative peer pressure. Again, say no in a firm voice. Sometimes saying no is enough. Friends who respect you will take no for an answer. People are more likely to believe you if you speak firmly and confidently, yet without being insulting to others. Tell why not. Explain your reasons for saying no. Show your peers that you value your health. It's also a chance to show good character traits. Offer other ideas. Change the subject by coming up with something else to do instead. Promptly leave. Again, if people continue to put pressure on you, walk away. If certain people always put pressure on you whenever you see them, avoid them, because those really aren't your friends that you want to hang out with. So we're not going to do the lesson 2 questions. I'm going to design a STOP worksheet. I want you guys to think of a way that you've used the STOP method to stay away from negative peer pressure that maybe your brothers, your sisters, your friends have done, or a way that you may think that you can do in the future that you anticipate maybe someone is going to ask you to do. Thank you very much, children. I hope you found this video informative, and have a super sparkly day.